Hello, and welcome to the next ReeVlog. I hope that I don't disturb anyone while recording this. I'm parked down just a little residential road, about 6:30 in the morning. I'm on my way to my weekend work. One of the last ones I'll be doing, I imagine, because my insurance runs out some point in January, I believe, which I've decided will be the end. Temporarily, hopefully, but the end of the business which I operate and work at the weekends, just because chronic fatigue mixed with a 40+ hour normal work week means I'm not doing any work to get more clients. I have one. It's barely going to pay for itself, let alone the fuel coming over and going home, the time, the energy, thinking about things to do with it, etc. Isn't worthwhile. I can try and get some savings by selling some of the equipment once I've packed up business, and then I will have more time to actually rest and recover from the old chronic fatigue as per doctor's orders, which, I would like to do. Once I've recovered, hopefully then I can then move towards maybe restarting, etc. So, vlog. It's not going to be a long one. I'm usually at the property by now, and people will be wondering where I am if I take forever. But, there is a little bit of variation in when I arrive. So, what I have decided with regards to the business is I'm going to get my client the books I wrote as a gift. So I'll be doing that probably over the Christmas period. Give it to them on what will be their last session. They better make it to that session. Hopefully they're coming today. I haven't actually asked. There wasn't a session last week because I was unavailable. The week before, however, we did say that we'd do one this week, and I've not heard that we're not. So it should happen. Then I'm working on next year's theme. Currently, this year's second or third theme is recovery. That is where I currently am and will be for the rest of the year. But there is more to it than just recovery. Recovery doesn't encompass the only thing that I need / want to focus on for the year. I want to recover, and that is the biggest point, but I want to progress at Kung Fu, and I want to have just sort of generally better habits going forward, both of which will be much easier once I have recovered, but that doesn't mean I can't take steps towards them now. And I feel as though taking steps towards improving at Kung Fu will actually probably help with my recovery, because there'll be some more exercise, my body will have more energy, because it will make more energy, because it will have to, and it can put that energy into recovery. So I need to get into exercise, even though, doing this feels like too much sometimes. I know I can do it, I just need to figure it out. It's going to be trial and error, but woo! But I'm trying to think of the term for next year's theme, so then I can work on the theme board. So we're currently in recovery, and what's it going to be? Well, I get 2-day weekends. That is an important factor that I'm going to have to factor in. Variable I'm going to have to factor in. My apologies. Sorry, I thought I saw a cat. I get 2-day weekends every week. Amazing. This is going to double my recovery time from work. However, I still need to use them. The doctors said active recovery, 30 minutes a day, do nothing. Then the chronic fatigue specialist said 15 minutes every hour, do nothing, which obviously I can't do at work, but I'm thinking maybe when I'm not at work, I can figure something out where maybe not 15 minutes every hour, because that's quite frankly ridiculous. I'll never get anything done. It takes longer than 45 minutes to cook some meals, even just doing the prep work. But I can switch my diet towards Huel and fresh whole foods. Fresh whole foods will include, but not be limited to, things such as fruit, berries, meat, eggs, I guess some vegetables. Um, that doesn't mean that I'm going to cut out carbs entirely. One, it's just not financially viable. By carbs, I mean like processed carbs, like bread and spaghetti. Uh, but perhaps I can try to do more classical dishes with these sorts of carbs. So, like rice, whole wheat rice dishes, um, instead of spaghetti. You can do noodles, like egg noodles, that sort of thing. Um, that's the plan, anyway. We'll see how it goes. It also largely depends on work, but if I can get some sort of routine, so it'll probably be do stuff during the week. That'll mostly stay the same. I might try to have a get up when you wake up policy rather than laying in bed for so long, because I think that I could get up, do a light exercise, not yoga, because whilst it is like a relaxing, sort of smooth, energy efficient exercise, whatever, it's too mentally demanding for me. I imagine eventually it wouldn't be, but I can't. But I could go through some of the more basic kung fu forms. I could maybe do a couple isometrics, something like that. Then, if I get sweaty, I can have a shower. But if I don't, I can just go back to bed, then get back up again shortly after. Because currently I lay in bed for quite a while before I actually get up. Um, Largely it is eyes closed, trying to sleep more before I open my eyes and check what time it is, and realize, oh, I've got to get up in 40 minutes. What do I do for 40 minutes? I guess I'll just lay here, relaxing. Sorry about the gum chewing, by the way. It's remarkably difficult nowadays for me to speak with it in my mouth. I used to do it all the time when I was at school, but I don't really use gum very often anymore. But this morning, my flatmate was not like asleep in the usual sense. They were like door open, very easy to wake up. So I've got gum because I didn't want to spend too long faffing around in case I woke them up. And I don't have the emergency toothbrush in the car again yet. Oh, gross. But whatever. That's why I have the gum. Yay. Yes, so next year's schedule will probably be get up, very light exercise, even if it's just meditative breathing exercise. Very light exercise because that will help the diaphragm. And then either shower or more time in bed before getting up. Breakfast, probably, hopefully. Which I'm hoping to try for yogurt and berries as my main breakfast food. If I can manage that, that'd be great. The issue is both are relatively expensive, both go off quite quickly, and the yogurt, at the very least, I would like to get 2 servings out of, but there's just barely too little to get 2 servings out of where I'm not like starving by the time I have my lunch break at work. This is something I can also work on, because if I just let myself be starving by the time I get my lunch break at work, then eventually I'll get used to it and it won't happen anymore. But, you know, it's a distraction at work. But winter is the time where I should have more time to do it. Then lunch will either be huel or like a protein-rich meat, probably dealio. Though also um, grilled vegetable wraps are amazing and something that I'm debating getting back into attempting, but they're really hard to pull off in my experience, and I need to get the things, and the shop I go to usually doesn't have them. It's going to be a pain. But this ramble isn't talking about what the theme's going to be, because I still don't know. It's me trying to work it out. I've got to incorporate recovery, fitness, progression. Progression? No, because that's too generic. So this year was Year of Art at the start of the year, but that got wiped out by lack of energy. Um, and I tried really hard in Year of Art. I had martial arts, I had drawing, I ended up with painting miniatures, I had writing, I had like poetry, which is also writing, I know, but still poetry, D&D planning, all sorts of stuff. But whatever, that's fine. We are gonna name it at some point in the next month and a half, and I will update you around New Year's probably, because I don't seem to be vlogging very often again anymore, largely due to the lack of time off I have, I imagine, and that when I do have it, I seem to be doing stuff. Like this last Monday, I had to get the old car fixed, kind of. Long story. I'll leave it for now. Remind me in the comments, and maybe I'll let you know. Anyway, I'll catch you cats on the flip flop because it's been 12 minutes and I should really arrive soon. So goodbye.